issues put before him, and there were many complicated matters put before him. If he was so clear in his mind, he should have just given the judgment yesterday.
Yeah.
He didn't, because there were serious issues that he needed to consider. And comrades, I want to thank our lawyer, Brandon Shabangu. He put up a very good fight for us. Brandon Shabangu is one of the youngest, smartest, bravest black lawyers we have in this country. He pays attention to the needs of the client, and he goes out there to fight for his clients. We are not an easy client. BLF is not an easy client.
Yes.
Because we're a revolutionary movement in an anti-black society controlled by white people.
Yes.
Now, long before 12 o'clock, that's the first thing.
Yes.
We expected racism,
yes,
but we did not expect also disrespect.
Yes.
We were disrespected by this judge today.
Yes.
Yes.
Then instead of delivering his judgment, he just handed it over. In other words, he went into court and simply said, I grant the applicants the interdict. We went to see the judge with our lawyer, and then he gave our lawyer about 12 pages of his judgment. He did not read the judgment. He promised yesterday to read the judgment. Why? Because even the most racist of racist white people have a conscience.
Yes.
And his conscience was talking to him. Therefore, he was not willing or able to read his own judgment. Because this application is not by black people.
Yes.
SANEF, the people on top are just black faces,
Yes.
but they are not the owners of SANEF. SANEF is owned by Media 24.
Yes.
And Media 24 is owned by Kwes Becker.
Yes.
And Kwes Becker is the man of Naspers.
Yes.
Naspers is a apartheid colonial institution. So we're not fighting black people here. They're just putting black faces. They hope that we'll have a black on black violence. We are not going to do that.
Yes.
We know who our enemies are. Our enemies are white.
Yes.
Because white people stole our land.
Yes.
And let me explain that. So this judge just gave the... Racism is harassment. Racism is intimidation. So we have no problem whatsoever to write a statement to explain that we are fighting criminality.
Yes.
And that criminality expresses itself as racism.
Correct.
And let us also explain very clearly to everyone, no one has a right to be racist.
Yeah,
Peter Bruce,
Yes.
Alec Hawk, all those white journalists we mentioned, they have no right to be racist. If they are going to write any racist material, we are going to protest against them.
Yes.
Let that be absolutely clear. We are an anti-racist organization. We are not going to tolerate racism. We are going to fight racism to the end.
Yes.
Any white racist journalist who believes this judgment means they can be racist, they are wrong. They are mistaken. They are misled. Any act of racism is a criminal act, and we as BLF shall deal with it. So we want to clarify that.
Yes.
We are going to monitor these white journalists. Should they write any racist material, we are going to exercise our right to protest and to protest against them. Let that be clear. We are not going to be deterred.
Yes. Yes.
As far as the black journalists are concerned, at no point have we ever said we are going to protest against them. They must not worry, they are not white, they just suffer from an identity crisis. A lot of these black journalists, they believe they are white. They are not white. So when we say we're going to deal with white racists, they think we're talking about them. No, we're not talking about you, brothers and sisters. You are black like us and you are just victims. So we are clear, comrades, we are going to deal with racism in the media. We're not going to allow any racist acts by any racist journalist. We're talking about white journalists here. Then, comrades, let us deal with the issue of ABSA, because actually this application was brought to defend white monopoly capital, ABSA in particular. This idea that they are for media freedom is a lie, because ourselves as BLF, we have reiterated our position that we accept media freedom. But we don't accept racism. Unless these people believe and the judge believes racism is equal to media freedom, then we disagree totally. ABSA yesterday, comrades, got terrified by our members when they arrived at the Gandhi Square branch there. We told ABSA, ABSA are going to pay back the money. If you don't pay back the money, we are going to shut down ABSA.
Black First, Land First convener Andile Mngxitama briefing the media here. This is on the back of the Johannesburg High Court granting the South African National Editors Forum that interdict against the movement.